And we're live tonight with the shooting investigation. Breaking news, 2 people shot several times. We have a reporter and photographer on the scene here finding out the latest on the search for a shooter. We also have reaction from a witness.
Widespread rain, heavy at times, has moved into metro Atlanta. I'll take you through the timeline, how long it lasts before sunshine returns.
We wouldn't have that equipped for that many people.
Detention center dilemma. Tonight, a plan that could bring an ICE detention facility to the small town of Social Circle. We're live with why people say it's just not sustainable. And it's been more than a decade since anyone paid a toll to drive on Georgia 400. Tonight, the new express lanes that could change all that. So what will that do to your commute? You're watching WSB Tonight. And we begin with breaking news on this first Friday of the new year. A shooting in Atlanta. I'm George Estevez. Wendy Corona is back on Monday. Here's what we know. Police are investigating a double shooting. It's in northwest Atlanta. It happened after 8 o'clock tonight on James P. Brawley Drive. Channel 2's Aaron Rogers live for us there at the scene. And Aaron, you talked to someone who saw the whole thing.
I did, George, and police just cleared this scene about 10 minutes ago. But what we know right now is that a 26-year-old woman and 25-year-old man got shot several times just right over there.
Like, fa. Then he started.
That's what neighbor Smoke says he heard around 8 Friday night.
And I just heard probably like 8 shots. I had to come outside and see what's going on.
He told me he was on his way out.
I'm finna go to the store.
But when he walked out his door on James P. Brawley Drive,
I came outside, seen 2 folks on the ground, you feel me? And that's just how it be.
Shortly after,
Police came.
Atlanta police say a man and woman got shot several times, but both were alert when help arrived.
They was still responding, they was still moving and stuff. She was trying to talk. I'm like, okay, so then, at least they ain't die. They could live to fight another day.
Police are still investigating, but Smoke says these blue lights illuminating his rain-soaked street are a reminder for his neighbors.
You gotta be safe. You gotta be safe in your neighborhood, You gotta keep it on. It's always a better day, you just gotta live and, keep going.
Now, police say the 2 people knew the man who shot them, but police are still looking for him. Reporting live in northwest Atlanta, I'm Aaron Rogers, WSB Tonight.
As you see there from Aaron's live shot, a wet night. If you're out, heading out, starting your weekend, walking the dog, a live look now, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, where you can see the rain on the ground. Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz is in Severe Weather Center 2, tracking that rain. Brad?
Yeah, so this widespread, heavier rain has been building in through the evening hours, of course, and you can see the spots of yellow and some embedded red across much of the central and western parts of the metro area. Some of the heaviest rain now, parts of Carroll into Heard County, up towards Haralson County, Paulding, and southwest Fulton County. It's heavy downpours. No cloud to ground lightning with this, but a widespread soaking rain. Spotty or showers out towards the east. Some of these gaps will fill in here as we head through the night. And Channel 2 Action News at 4, 5, and 6. I was tracking more widespread rain across North Georgia and the mountains, a little more spotty now. And there's more rain back towards the west that's going to swing through. The widespread heavy rain will be over before the sun rises, but the rain will completely come to an end a little more slowly. And I'll take you through that timeline coming up.
All right, Brad, see you in a bit. Here's what's new happening now and next. New tonight, the Douglasville Police Department is putting out a warning after being made aware of a scheduled meetup at Arbor Place Mall. A meetup brings young people together from all over to get together, sometimes leading to a rowdy situation. Police say the meetup scheduled for Saturday is unauthorized and will have police there on site to make sure things remain under control. Right now, Atlanta police are investigating a shooting. Police were called to a scene where they found an 18-year-old shot. It happened along Hollywood Drive around 1 this afternoon. During their investigation, they discovered the shooting actually happened along Lois Place. Police are trying to figure out what led up to that shooting. The man was taken to the hospital. He's being treated. And next, if you're heading out tomorrow morning, the 2nd annual running of the Polar Opposite Peachtree Race is happening in Midtown, and you can expect traffic. News Chopper 2 flew over that route today. The path, by the way, is, they call it the opposite because it's the reverse of the Peachtree Road Race. Of course, we run that on July 4th. This 10K starts at Piedmont Park. It finishes at Lenox Square. Hopefully, you'll feel well enough to head out there in the morning. By the way, it is roads along the stretch that will be closed intermittently from 8 to 10 a.m. Prescriptions, vitamins may be harder to find at the pharmacy tonight as we see more cases of the flu and respiratory viruses, all sorts of stuff out there. We checked with a pharmacist and an ER doctor about what they're seeing most, and they say it's a pretty severe flu with high fever and respiratory symptoms.
What we're seeing is that even when people are treated, a lot of these symptoms are lasting a long time. So they have a cough, it's lingering.
Doctors told us part of the problem is a new flu variant that you can get even if you had your flu shot. They say if you're having shortness of breath or if your symptoms last more than 5 to 7 days, it may be time to see your doctor. People using the roads in the city of Atlanta hope to see more improvement projects. Some people have waited nearly 4 years for their street or their park to be fixed. In 2022, voters approved $750 million for bike lanes and sidewalks and parks. There have been progress in many of those projects, but almost all of the updates are north of I-20 in more affluent areas.
I mean, we have the money. It's not the money. And so when we start talking about it not being the money, what's the problem?
Multiple audits have tried to look into why these projects fall behind. Jones with Propel ATL says they may need to look into increasing the budget to make sure these projects actually get done. New tonight, 2 suspects who were driving a stolen car are in custody tonight. Our cameras were rolling when the pair was detained along 17th Street between West Peachtree and Spring Street in the heart of Midtown Atlanta. Police say they conducted a traffic stop after the car was reported stolen during a robbery earlier today. It happened in Southwest Atlanta on Metropolitan Parkway near the Boost Mobile and Sam Food Mart. The suspects have not been identified. A Forsyth congregation has no home. A fire destroyed part of their church. The fire severely damaged the 100-year-old Dogwood Church in Tolbert Street. Mangled pieces of the roof now sit outside the church doors. News Chopper 2 was there as fire investigators, including an arson dog, worked to clean what was left inside.
The fire had been burning for quite some time before it was noticed, and the result is what you see here. Unfortunately, likely a total loss to the sanctuary and the offices immediately behind it.
Fire crews are not sure what started the fire. They were able to save the church's steeple. A couple is describing how they followed a driver who they say hit and killed a child. The driver left the scene. The child was just 10. Channel 2's Tom Jones reports now from Clayton County, where the couple chased the driver through 2 counties.
I was upset. I was highly upset.
This woman was so upset after she and her husband say they saw a driver hit a boy and kept going that they not only followed the driver, she began recording, trying to get the driver to stop.
Why would you hit that little boy and keep going? Why would you hit him and keep going?
The couple, who did not want us to use their names, say this began Sunday night after a car hit and killed 10-year-old Caleb Jackson as he crossed Riverdale Road near Garden Walk. They say the driver kept going. When they saw someone helping Caleb, that's when they started following the driver for 30 minutes through 2 counties.
We chased him down Fulton Industrial and then went to Bankhead and chased him down Bankhead.
They were on the phone with 911 explaining where they were.
He was evading us. So he knew we was after him. He know he hit something or someone.
Write it down. P73. The couple shared the driver's tag number with police. Police arrested 52-year-old David Blanchard. We were in court when he heard he's not getting a bond right now.
I don't have a bond.
No, sir.
Caleb's mother says she is so thankful the couple cared enough to pursue the driver. This Good Samaritan says he has kids and knows Caleb's family would want answers as to what happened.
Anything to help the family out for the little boy, because he didn't ask for this. He didn't deserve this.
I'm Tom Jones for WSB Tonight.
Blanchard faces homicide charges. The couple says they would want someone to do the same for them. Meanwhile, police say a 15-year-old teenager shot and killed an Uber driver. Security video shows the victim's car outside a Lilburn home Thursday morning. The Uber driver was picking up 15-year-old Christian Simmons. Police say the teen shot 58-year-old Caesar Tejada in the back along Groveland Parkway in Lawrenceville and left his body in the road. Simmons was charged as an adult. A man now faces home invasion charges for allegedly breaking into a woman's home in Forsyth County at 2 o'clock in the morning. Jane Roberts told Channel 2 Action News that the man was in her kitchen 2 weeks ago. Roberts told him to leave. He didn't respond. Investigators say he was drunk.
I would say the most important thing in a situation like this is stay calm. Trust in the Lord.
Deputies believe 47-year-old Peyton Wesley Roper got in through a basement door. They say he claimed to be a detective when he got arrested. Our community is supporting an officer who lost her home in a fire. Tazu Gilliam lived in one of the 6 units damaged by a fire at the Las Palmas apartments in Norcross. This was 2 weeks ago. Her fellow DeKalb County Police Department officers have started a GoFundMe to help her start over. You can share the story with the link by going to WSBTV.com. We're on the scene of breaking news in Northwest Atlanta. A double shooting. A man and woman in their 20s have been shot. The latest information next. We were there in 2013 when state leaders celebrated the end of toll lanes on Georgia 400. Why paid lanes are returning to the busy highway. Next.